all. And then changed his mind 1,000 times 10 mighty men to be by his side. So glad that he stayed and was slain to pour out his blood. Thank the Lord, I am free. I've got the victory. But why did he do it for me? Why did you do it? Why did you do it? Why did you? I wanna know, I gotta know why.
Right, you listen, Mr. Earl. We have a conversation every Wednesday night. You can let it play for a little bit because you always back there jamming and making sure this Wednesday gets rang in correctly. Hey y'all, welcome. What's going on? Welcome to Rick's Room. Happy Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week. We have made it through. Just got half the week to go, and you know what? It's not only half a week to go, but we are on the verge of a couple of things. So the first thing we're on the verge of is what is it? Winter solstice tomorrow. So winter solstice takes place tomorrow. We'll talk about that in just a bit. And then we got, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we lost that, but.
Pick us up.
And we got the holiday season coming up. Christmas is coming up as well. So we got a lot going on, but welcome to Rick's Room. I am your host, Mr. Rick. You can catch us here on IntellectualRadio.com, even there live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and listening live on Spreaker every Wednesday night here at 8 o'clock. Central Standard Time. I got now listen, let me tell y'all about this guest that I got with me today. I got my guest co-host with me today to rock with me in Rick's Room. One of the biggest reasons that Rick's Room got started, one of the influences that Rick's Room got started, I told you that Mr. Earl is back there making sure that we sound good, but the station director herself, both of them really ganged up on me and said, listen, you need your own show. So I got Miss Wanda B here with me, host of He Said, She Said here at IntellectualRadio.com. How you doing, Miss Wanda?
I am well. I'm glad you listened to me. Smart man. I'm happy to be in your room.
Wait,
you can have company.
I appreciate you swinging by. I can have a little company tonight. Mama said I can have a little company.
Mommy said I can come to Rick's Room.
Yeah, she said you can hang out Rick's Room with me for a little
bit.
bit.
We in Rick's Room.
And you know how we do it in the room every Wednesday. We got our adult beverages.
Yes,
cheers
we do.
To
cheers. Get yours too.
Right, exactly. Make sure you got yours ready to go because this is how we do on Wednesdays. And if you happen to miss us here on Wednesday night, or if you happen to miss He Said, She Said every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, make sure you tune into iHeartRadio at iHeartRadio.com. You can check us out under the podcast section and all of the IntellectualRadio.com family. All the hosts and their shows are posted there in the podcast section. So definitely check it out. But we're glad to have you this Wednesday here in the room. And
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So, so here's the thing. We got a great topic tonight as well. I think my camera is just a little kind of crooked there, but we can fix that in just a minute.
I think you better be happy not to be on the floor.
Well, that's true.
You're going for not being crooked. He wants to be all perfect here.
You know what it is? If you got your adult beverage, just drink a couple of more of those adult beverages.
And then we're never crooked. Exactly. We are going to be real straight. We all straight. If you drink more, everybody. It works.
Oh, man. Well, listen, Wednesday night here in Rick's Room, we always got some good topics to talk about. But this one tonight, I had to get a pro on with me tonight. I had to get somebody who can hang with me. Miss Wanda, Miss Wanda's been in doing her thing for quite some time. How long have you been in it? Tell me a little bit. Tell it
won't sound so pro-ish once I say, but it's going to be 2 years. 2 years.
Is it really going to be 2 years?
Fun at IntellectualRadio.com. I've been loving it every moment.
Wow, 2 years. Listen, you got it down pat. Trust me.
Down pat. Yes.
But listen. So the topic we got to talk to y'all about tonight, it comes from a letter that I received from a listener, and a viewer, and had a question about this. So I decided that we should bring this to you all, our viewers out there, our listeners out there for discussion. So tonight we're going to be talking about relationships after cheating. relationships after cheating. Some people, it's a wide spectrum of opinions about this. And I had a couple of questions along with it too. But I'm going to read a little bit about what the letter was. And then we're going to kind of get into a little bit about, where we are, where you all are, and hopefully get some of your opinions and your questions as soon as Ms. Wanda can get the thing situated on her phone. We're going to look at your comments and make sure that we're queuing those as well. And then if you happen to just want to discuss your opinion with us and get involved, we definitely encourage you to do that. Give us a call at 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. And again, we got our sponsors out there. My buddy Mr. Corky, Mr. Shelby, and Mr. Boris over at Mom Online checking us out and running their promotions. We got a couple of holiday specials going on too, as well as we approach the holiday season. Hope you guys got some great plans for the holidays too, because they're quickly approaching. Hopefully you got your Christmas shopping done. Ms. Wanda, you got your Christmas shopping done?
No, I start Christmas Eve. I like the pressure. I go faster. I run. You don't have a lot of time to like him and how, but do I get this? You go, I gotta get this.
Right,
it's the only one on the shelf. I gotta get this. It's the only one on the shelf.
Is that what we do?
So it makes my Christmas shopping faster. You do it one day. The pressure's on.
Get out.
Get in, get out.
And luckily enough, Christmas Eve is on a Saturday this year. So luckily that you have the time to do it. But you're going to run into a whole lot of other shoppers out there that's probably got the same mindset that you do and the time to do it because it's a Saturday.
With Amazon now, people are ordering.
Come on, Amazon.
And I'm very happy that they are ordering because now they won't be out as much, I don't think. And I haven't started a list. I really do everything Christmas Eve. I like the pressure.
Okay. All right, girl. I hear you. The other thing I was talking about earlier, y'all, we got winter solstice coming up tomorrow. Now, here's the thing with winter solstice. Winter solstice is the first day of winter. For those of you all that are out there that know the science and all of this wonderfulness of astronomy, it is the day where the northern hemisphere is the furthest point away from the sun. So it's the shortest day and the longest night of the year. Now, here's the thing. I like to celebrate on that day. I get excited about that day. And if y'all get excited, hang in here with me. It's the day that we finally get finished with the days shortening, and we start going back to the days elongating, back to more full days, more longer days, and shorter nights. Now, for me, I like that because that means we just got to get the winter. We got spring, we got summer, the good times in Chicago. You know how it is in Chicago when summertime shy hits. So for me, tomorrow is like that day of, finally, we made it. It's like Wednesday.
You know what? I just learned something. See, here at IntellectualRadio.com, you will learn things all the time. I never knew about winter solstice, and I'm excited. Yeah. And I'm going to party tomorrow because there will be longer days.
You're right, longer days coming up. But if you're that person that likes to get out at night, you like to hang out at night, you got a long night to do it. You got the longest night
of the
year. It's tomorrow.
Oh, okay, I have some things to do, so I'll be out.
There you go. And if you got some holiday plans coming up or some wonderful things going on Christmas, I urge you to stay warm because it's supposed to get real cold.
We can't complain. We've had wonderful weather.
Right. You're absolutely right. And I don't want to complain. We're not getting snow. We're just getting cold, so bundle up.
Hats, gloves,
and going over to Big Mama house and get you some food like we talked about last Wednesday. Things you don't say around or watch what you say during our holiday gathering. So, dear Black people, make sure that you paid attention to that. So you don't hurt nobody's feelings or get into nobody's business. But we got all of that coming up. But tonight is when we get a chance to talk about relationships after cheating, right? So here's the thing. I had a listener call in or write in via email and talked about some concerns that they were having with the significant other and the relationship that they were in, and they were not upset, but just kind of voicing some concern about the fact that they caught their spouse cheating. And the spouse did not know that this person knew, and decided to go out and do a little cheating of their own. So I thought to myself, and it wasn't one of those, well, what should we do or what happens now type deals, but it really kind of sparked for me, I guess I just was interested. I was intrigued, right? So the first thing I needed to know, is first off, what constitutes cheating? Right. That was my first question. What constitutes cheating? Let me ask you. I'm not sure about what your relationship status is or what your past has been, but to you, you got your significant other, and y'all kicking it. What for you I need to know from your perspective.
I think couples define their own definition of cheating, because I've heard someone say, if you do that, you've cheated. And I thought that's cheating to you?
Right.
Like
what?
It was something like responded on their if you commented on the opposite sex, a picture of someone of the opposite sex on social media. So if you said, oh, you look fine, or you look good in that dress, and she said, oh my gosh, that's cheating.
Really?
And I was like, it is? Okay, well,
we got to look at it from a perspective of, we got these millennials now, and you got a lot more. No shades of millennials.
No shades of millennials. Stop that.
No shades of millennials.
Because I'm a millennial. Right.
You said
what's that age? Because I want to be that age.
For those of you that flipped that, saw that, she flipped her hair when she said it. Now you know that. So, okay, well, not even just the millennials. No shades.
I'm not a millennial.
But we got all this social media out there. So, you got some different options of viewing people, right? You got the social media that's all everywhere out there for you to say or see individuals. So I can see why somebody might think that. To me, that's a little petty.
See, the thing that comes up a lot on my show, He Said, She Said. Shout out. Shameless plugs coming. I'm gonna tell you now. So look at the shirt. Okay, never mind. So what comes up is the emotional cheating. How many people feel that whole idea is petty? Mm-hmm. Emotional cheating versus physical cheating. And so I'm in the agreement that in my relationship, we define cheating. Sex to me is cheating.
Okay.
And some people feel that's not. But I also feel like if you agreed that you can do it, then it's not cheating. Whatever agreement you make with your partner is, and you don't abide by your shared agreement, is cheating.
And if you have that understanding, going into the relationship, people have,
and some people have that understanding, and I think that's okay.
Right.
If it works for them, because it's their relationship. I don't need to be in it.
That's right. It ain't got nothing to do with but those two, if that's what you agree on, that's what you're good at, that's what you got the understanding on, then that's great.
And that's not cheating, but other people will say that is cheating.
Right.
And I said, well, if they agreed, how is it cheating?
Right.
So it's whenever you don't honor the agreement that we made for each other.
I like that. Whenever you don't honor the agreement that we made for each other. Well, if you got a comment or a question, or if you want to talk about what cheating is to you, 708-223-8953. Miss Wanda, what you got over there for cheating?
Anders said, I agree. The definition of cheating is individual based. Steve O'John said, what the hell is emotional cheating? See, and I believe in emotional cheating. I do.
Well, you know what? All right, now here's what we're going to play man against woman, because I think that, I really think that, well, you know what? I don't even know that, because honestly, in a relationship, if somebody is, emotional cheating could affect my emotions too. Even as a man, I can still feel like I'm being cheated on emotionally, because you spend emotion when you invest in somebody.
If you're investing your time, energy, thoughts with someone else, things that you don't share with me, then I'm going to feel like you are emotionally cheating on me, because I am emotional. I'm a woman. Yes, I know some women don't like to claim it. I claim it.
But it's a thing.
I'm emotional.
It is a thing.
So if I see you telling her this, that, and I was like, you don't say that to me, that's emotional cheating. And as long as the other person knows that's how I feel, then you should honor my wishes.
Yes. Out of my way.
Yes.
I saw
Wait, let's see.
Teresita
Cruz said, I agree that it is based on the agreement you and your significant other have decided. It's very important to clearly set those boundaries in the beginning. Yes, don't come to me later like cheating. What? That's my cousin. So I think
that's because you clicked on her picture on Facebook or Instagram. All right. I guess. Well, so the way that this started off, this particular situation, actually, the spouse was caught kissing.
Kissing is cheating.
Well, okay.
unless the spouse okays them kissing.
Well, of course.
Was it your mother? Was it the mother?
No,
the father?
It was
sister.
Nope. It was somebody else.
Auntie.
Right?
Cheating.
So what you're saying is, if there's nobody in the family, then okay, all right.
Your daughter, no, cheating.
Well, so it got started on a kiss. It was started by a kiss, and so the repercussion was, or the retaliation was, this individual went out and slept with somebody else and claimed.
Come on, a kiss makes sleeping with. That's not even fair. You can go out and kiss somebody else then, but you cannot. So I smack you and you stab me? How does that work?
That's not how this works.
That's not how any of this works.
Right? Exactly. That's not how this works. But this is what happened, and this is why, the email was written like, so, what do I do? I want to leave. I'm not sure if I should leave, or, I'm uncertain about would be. So, I guess when it boils down to it, just like Wanda B said, and Teresita agreed, that you have to establish, right, what the understanding is in the relationship going into it, and then from there, if those agreements aren't honored, then we got issues that we need to talk about.
That's how we feel. Let's see if everybody else agrees with us. We're right. No, we're not. We'll see how Laura Frazier said she's a victim of emotional cheating. I cannot express how horrible it made me feel. I think I'm more upset over emotional cheating than actually the sex is gone. But if your emotions get involved with the other person, I feel like you start to have feelings for someone else. I could almost take the sex, hit it, and quit, and you're gone, and you may not think about them again. I'm more okay probably with the sex than the emotional part. Right? Don't get tied to them now. You'll leave me for them. Well, no, the joke. So wait, I want to say also, Nicole Saunders said, men tend to be able to get over emotional cheating, but not physical cheating. Women tend to be the opposite. I agree.
Well, because women are emotional and men are physical. Like, we know that's scientific proof, right? That we call it scientific proof. We'll call it scientific.
We made it scientific. Did we look this up or look for the science on it?
Documentation out there. That's fine.
For sure. Google it.
Men are generally more physical, right? Whereas women are more emotionally invested. So if any event emotional cheating does take place, it'll probably affect a woman a lot longer than it will a man. But having said that, real talk, y'all know me. If you emotionally cheat on me, I'm emotionally upset.
Do you believe in emotional cheating?
Absolutely, I do. Absolutely,
see, Steve,
I do. Right, sorry. Mad about it. Yes, I believe in emotional cheating. You can play on somebody's emotions and hurt them, maybe even a lot worse than physical. Maybe a lot worse. But, like I said, again, it really kind of depends on the person and what the investment is and how long that investment in that relationship is.
So let me ask then, because it sounds like the person who wrote in feels like the answer to it is to retaliate and do it in return. Is that the right answer to this problem?
I'm pretty sure that's not the right answer. I'm pretty sure.
What do you guys think? I mean, do you feel like we're even now?
Right. Is that an even play because I slept with somebody, you kissed somebody, so we're even now?
We're even.
I like your analogy. I smacked you, so you stabbed me?
You shoot me?
I'm pretty sure one carries a longer sentence in the court of law. I'm pretty sure, but that might not be. But give us a call, 708-223-8953. Tell us what you think about what constitutes cheating. In addition to that, I'm interested to know. And so I understood why the person retaliated. I don't know why that was the retaliation, but they retaliated. But why do people cheat? Here's the thing. This is my thing. This is my understanding about a relationship, especially if you're married to somebody, right? Don't get me wrong. Values in marriage has vastly changed since the early 1900s to where we are now. I get that. But if you have agreed and vowed to be with a person, or you have spent and invested, years and time with someone, and you love somebody, that's the key word too. If you love somebody, when you are in a situation at a point where you could potentially cheat, the first place your mind should go. Now, I would think just naturally, haphazardly, your mind is going to go to the person that you love, that person that you're in a relationship with, right? Your spouse. Your mind should instantly go there, and you have a moment to make a choice, right? You have a moment to decide, am I going to continue on with this, or am I going to remove myself from this situation?
I think the choice sometimes has to be the commitment, because true, you'll think about, do I want to hurt that person, the ramifications, but some people are in the moment. Mm-hmm. They're in the moment. They can't get to the place of thinking, will their feelings be hurt? So will I hurt them? Will they leave me? I don't think people think that in the heat of the moment, and then they're thinking, will I get caught? Or if they never find out, is this okay? Hope that they go back to think like, I wouldn't want to hurt that person. But what I have found and have been in this situation at some point in my life is to think, how will I feel after? Mm-hmm. And could I live with myself? And I'm the person that'll never leave. So they may never find out but I'll always have my guilt. And I don't want that. I can live with myself. And that's more of what I would think about. Not so much that person, but could I live every day looking at the person I love, knowing what I did?
You know, that's right there is maturity. Maturity that you definitely should have, and respect for yourself. Right? I agree. You should have respect for yourself and that level of maturity to think, well, I got to live with myself after this is all said and done. Personally, in addition to that, I definitely think that you're right. I don't know if there's a mindset that you have. It's like, okay, is the person's feelings going to be hurt? How are they going to feel about it if they find out? But it's rather, are they going to find out? I wonder if they're going to find out.
Do they go through all those stages, though, in the heat of the moment?
Well, so funny you bring that up. I think, again, as we talk about men and women, the differences between men and women, I think for a woman it does. Maybe it's me being like chauvinistic or sexist. I don't know. I call it sexist, not chauvinistic. But in my mind, I tend to think that a woman would go through all of that because that's more emotional. For a guy in the heat of the moment, because we're so physical, it was just a quick thought. The person, man, okay, I'm moving forward because I didn't even pay attention to what the repercussions could be because we're physical. Right. So when that heat of the moment, we getting real hot and heavy. You know, our mind is just, as most people say, we don't think with this head anymore. It moves. The brain moves. The thought process moves. It doesn't come from here anymore. So it's unfortunate. But for women, I would tend to think that maybe it's a longer thought process.
I think I agree with you. And I think that's why the physical sex wouldn't hurt me as much, because I know you weren't thinking with your head. But the emotional would, because I know that all came from your head. I know that every thought was, I feel her. I like what she's saying to me. And to me, that's way more dangerous than you not thinking with that head. That one you will walk away from and not think anything of it. It was a moment in time and and it's gone. But to me, that's what makes the other so dangerous, is that heat of the moment and you're not thinking, you don't love her, you don't care. Right. You want the instant gratification. Right. That doesn't bother me as much. Wow. I mean, it should. Right. It does. Oh. If you tell me, I'm going to kill you. But but I could rationalize in my head that a man thinks that way, and that's why that happened. Ooh.
I wonder how many women out there, how many of y'all that's watching via, you know, we didn't do? Waved everybody on Facebook over there. I may be mispronounced.
She says she does not don't agree with whoever wrote in. You are not even now. And this can become a constant tit for tat. I agree with you there. I thought you were talking about this is not healthy in any relationship. I would think you'd want to talk about it and see it. I agree. Lola said, Beyonce and Lady Gaga said it best. Trust is like a mirror. Yes, you can fix it if it's broken, but you can still see the cracks in that MF reflection. I cleaned that up. I like how you wrote it for me, because I may have read it out loud, Lola, if you wrote it out. So I agree with her. That's why I don't think of the other person. It's who would I be? Who do I? And that's why I don't agree with the tit for tat. Like, that's the easy fix, because I want to hurt you because you hurt me, and this will hurt you. But again, what are my own values? What do I value for myself? I'm hurting myself. That doesn't really hurt him if I do something with my body to get back at you. Am I really hurting you?
Right. Right.
So, well, you know, I think that way.
You said, wait, I just don't tell me. That's
let me find out, and you don't love me.
I was gonna say, so is it easier if you, like, you know, what does that look like? Do you not want to know? You know, if a man was to cheat on you, or your partner was to cheat on you, would you rather not know, or is it I don't tell me type deal? Or let me know. I'd rather hear it from you. Like, what does that look like?
Oh gosh,
because I hear that a lot. Like,
I hear that a lot.
You tell me, then I find out from woo woo on the street.
I want to say I feel that way. You rather tell you, but I don't think that either one feels better. But I think I would respond. How do you respond if they tell you? I mean, what do you say? Like, okay. I mean, what is the response? Like, what do you go to next? Like,
well, okay.
Right. That's what I want to know. Like, how do you respond? Like, well, I'm glad you told me. Right. I'm like, no, I'm gonna kill you. So either way, you're dead.
Brother come out and say nothing. Nope, don't say a word. I'm not saying right, exactly, because you just said this on live stream.
I said it twice. And if they ever come up missing, I have proof that I said I wouldn't kill a soul.
Right.
I would forgive and move on.
What do you think now? If in the event, they were to tell you that they were cheating, if you wanted to go tit for tat, I don't know. Like I tend to think that I'm a person of maybe I just wouldn't want to know. Sometimes I feel like I just would not want to know. Like if it happened and it took place and it's not affecting me, it's not gonna kill me. Sometimes I feel like I just don't want to know because the detriment of it could potentially be.
I would know anyway. I think
come on, Sixth Sense.
Yes, that third eye is on. It is open. Yes, I would know. I really feel like I would know. Even if I decided to overlook it and not listen to it, but I feel it. I think one time this woman told me or told her husband that I feel somebody else is present in our relationship.
What?
And he was like, so I think I would know. Now, I think Tamar Braxton is very popular. She has something going around social media where she says, if he's cheating, let him cheat. If you don't plan to leave right then, if you don't plan to act on it, let him cheat in peace, is what she said.
I don't think I've heard that. Shout out to Tamar Braxton. If we can get you on the show, come on in and hang out.
Please go to Rick's room. Right, he can have company,
I can have
Tamar.
company only on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock.
And IntellectualRadio.com, Tamar.
Exactly. So swing on by to hang out with us in Rick's room on Wednesdays at 8. It'd be great. If you can't make it here, swing by.
Or tell your sister Tony. She'll take any Braxton at IntellectualRadio.com on a Wednesday at 8 p.m.
I love the plug. That was great. Hey, swing by. He said, she said, participate in that one too. Any of the Braxtons. Call in 708-223-89.
A lot of y'all.
It really is a lot. It really is a lot. So, the reasons why people cheat. I don't know if you got some reasons why people cheat. I'd be glad to hear it, because sometimes.
So Nicole said it. She said, I would rather hear it from my partner than someone else. The someone else most likely does not have good intent behind telling me. If we are going to move forward and it's never going to happen, then it's coming. Do not tell me, because the confession makes the guilty party feel better, not me. Now, I've had that happen. I'm about to put my business in the streets.
I won't listen.
Act like you didn't hear.
It's only going to be in the room. It's all right. It's only
in Rick's room.
It's only in the room.
And the World Wide Web. And everybody on iHeart and Spreaker and iTunes. Pretend like I only kept it in Rick's room. So, yes. Okay, so my husband told me, ex-husband, told me that he cheated. And I wish he had never told me. It was like, for me, he had erased our entire 20 years at that time, let's say 13, 15 years of marriage by telling me that. I was like, I kind of wish I never knew, because I had never felt it. I actually didn't have my third eye. My third eye is new. Right. I just got it since the divorce when I decided to find out to heal. I gained the third eye, but then I didn't have it. And he told me, and it's like he erased everything. I didn't believe anything else that he ever said to me.
Wow.
It was like I questioned everything that was said.
And that takes place, right? When you have that trust that's broken, you have that bond that's broken. It's one of those things that, can you really ever regain it? And I have that question. But if you need to find yourself in a place, or if you ever find yourself in a place where you have to get yourself back together again, I'm really going to encourage you to check out one of our sponsors, Mom Online. That's Mind Over Matter. They're offering holistic health and wellness services, so they can put you back together in several types of ways, whether it be physically, mentally, and if you might be hungry, they can get some food for you too. But they do it all over at Mind Over Matter. They're offering also 20% off Refreshing Moments Simply Clean Facial. You all have heard this before. Also 20% off of the Refreshing Moments back treatment. So if y'all need to get some gifts out for your friends and family for the holiday season, check out that promotion. Check out momonline.com, www.momonline.us, not .com, .us. That's momonline.us.
So let me ask you this, Rick. So as I mentioned that story, one thing that made me not want to know is that my ex said it was a one-time thing. But if it was ongoing and it was an affair, now that I think I want to know. Okay. So what Eric said here is, and do you feel that two people that have done so much physical, mental, and emotional damage, including cheating, can ever have a chance to forgive one another and move past it? Or do you feel that once crossed, there is no coming back, and it will always be an issue, and never let the relationship be at peace.
That's a great question, because I wanted, Eric. Thank you, Eric. And that's one of the reasons that one of the things that sparked when I got this email was, like I said it before, the generation is so different from when our parents, grandparents, and beyond were married, right? And the values and the commitments that they had in marriage. If in the event you find out, and they've stuck through a lot of those things, I was going to ask you, do you stick it out after you find out that it was a one-time thing versus an affair? And if in the event you for me, just me, if you when you profess that you love somebody and you have put in some time in the relationship, or you have that desire to continue on, then you work through it. Right?
But you both have to work.
You definitely both have to work. But that's my thing. Like, it seems that the most popular reason for relationships to end is infidelity. You will stay with a man that beats you, or a spouse that hits you. You will stay with a spouse that's an alcoholic. You will stay with a spouse that's a drug addict. But the moment that spouse cheats, it seems the most popular reason is you got to get up and go. Is that spouse cheats, you're done. That's the one thing. That's the straw that breaks the camel's back. And I don't understand that. That to me doesn't make sense. It for me, I think that all of them have a playing field. And help me out, y'all. If y'all got some opinions on this, let me know.
I want to hear your opinions. Please.
Yeah, because that should be a level playing field. Whether, you can work through all of those other things. Why can't you work through cheating? Some people think that it's a trust that's broken, but if a person is beating on you, that might be a level of trust that you don't want to, or a situation or environment that you don't want to be in, because that's harmful to you physically.
Leave then, run.
Right. No, please run.
That's different, I think, than cheating. I tend to agree with you. I know people will not. I know women will not agree, but I agree with you that cheating can be worked through, especially if it's a physical thing. I think sometimes why people physically cheat with someone else has nothing to do with the other person they love. That's right. So
it maybe it doesn't.
Sometimes don't. Sometimes.
Right. Right.
Sometimes.
Get it together. Clean it up.
Clean it up. In some cases, when they're thinking with the wrong head, they're not.
Listen, because women are out there thinking with another head too. This is, I don't know if we call it a head, but somewhere else.
I think I'm more emotional. I think for women, he's saying all the things that you don't get at home.
And now see that it might be more dangerous. That right there, it might be more dangerous for a woman to cheat, because for a woman, because of it being emotional, right? If in the event this other person is saying all the right things that a woman needs to hear, that means that they're not getting it at home, and that means that they're going to. Because if a guy cheats, I don't think it's because he's not getting it at home. It's just because it's go right. Exactly. It's really
right now. I want something different.
Right here, right now. It was here, and I took it. It was the situation. It felt good. For women, it's an emotional investment. So that means that you are losing an emotion in one person, the person that's in your main relationship, and what you're missing from that person, you're getting from this person, and now have decided to engage in physical activity with them. For a woman, I think it's way more dangerous. Listen, if you have a woman that's cheating on you, you're liable to lose it, because that means that there is a step in another direction. My personal opinion.
Because where women, I believe, where their head goes, their heart goes.
Definitely.
So eventually, they're not even like, you. Right. He's saying all the right things, and you want to hear more of that, and now I can't listen to anything else you say.
Right.
Me. It's want.
Charlie Brown all day, coming up for the Christmas and holiday season.
Why are you talking to me?
Right.
And then he's back whispering sweet nothing. So to me, that is very dangerous, where guys, it's none of that. They may not even remember that person's name.
Not hardly. Like, you were sleeping with who? What was the name?
Why are you mad? I don't even know her name.
Or is, for that matter.
Or is a writer. Who was
I don't remember who it was. I don't remember the name.
Why are you mad? And to me, that's not as. It's bad.
What we got out there? What we got? Look at. Teresita Cruz.
Yeah, she says you can work through it if you want to. That's what it is. It really takes both being committed to our relationship, our love, and putting that above these actions. But it can't be. Can you let it go? Just don't ask for it to be swept under the rug either. Can you just let it go? Sometimes women, we want to know why. I don't know if that's true for men, but some women need that. Why did you do it? I don't think you're always going to get that, because I don't think people are always, or the answer is that simple. I just did it. I was drunk. So And that's not enough for some women. Right. They want more.
All of that. Because, and you know what? I think that's what it is. For women, it's a little deeper, right? Because in their rationale, in a woman's rationale, it is, I would have done it if this person said the right thing, if this person was making me feel the right way. So to a woman, it's like, this is what has to have happened. They must have said something to you that's gotten you emotionally, that you're leaving me to go to that person. And it's really not that deep for guys at all.
Well, for us, that's an ego bruise. I'm not giving that to you. Don't I am tie enough?
Right.
And sometimes it's not about any of that. And I understand that, but it doesn't feel good no matter what. I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry.
That's Miguel.
No,
that's Miguel. Yep.
Miguel, what did I miss? We are talking about. Fill in what we're talking about.
We're talking about relationships after cheating is the name of the time, but right now we're just on cheating in general. We're going to get to a little bit past what relationships might look like after that relationship. We kind of touched on it now, and that's what we're kind of moving into. But before I do get into that, for y'all that's getting ready for the holiday or at least the New Year celebration, while we're talking about cheating, if you got to get yourself together before the holiday season, check out Miss BL over at Brandel. She's she's doing $65 for $65 for professional makeup services. Make sure you check her out, and I'll have all of the information and contact information posted in the post here on the video. But make sure you check her out for the New Year celebration. Also, A Shakur Boutique. We're trying to pronounce that correctly. She was here with us. Afina Lockhart was here
commenting. Hello.
Last week, Miss Afina. She definitely has a line of her promotion going on. 15% off your total purchase if you check out her website and join her mailing list. That's A Shakur Boutique, or shop AShakurBoutique.com. So make sure you check it out as well. Looks like we have a caller that's tuning in and wants to share some comments. Hello, you are in Rick's room with Wanda and Mr. Rick. What's going on? Hi, Laura. How are you? What's going on?
Doing good. Good. Your show's striking a lot of emotions with me tonight.
Oh wow. Well, what's going on?
Well, as you saw in my comment, I've been a victim of emotional cheating. But, I'm seeing all the comments and everything. And I'm, going to be married 16 years this February. And for me, the reason why I'm staying and trying to work through it is I got to come, understand with it from my husband's point of view. He was in the Marines for 12 years. He has PTSD. I was not giving him emotionally what he needed, and the person he was talking to was. So I had to sit down and think, oh, I'm being that kind of wife. I'm being a nag. I'm not trying to help him out. I'm not lifting him up. Mm-hmm. I'm not being a good person here. So, we're working on things right now, and I'm just trying to get past it. And plus, I got 4 kids with him. So, right. It's not only affecting me, it's going to affect the 4 kids, especially my older 2, because they're teenagers right now, and they feel it.
And Laura, I was going to ask you, do the kids know?
The older 2 know. The younger 2, they're 9 and 3 years old. They really don't understand at this point.
Okay. Laura, I'd like to say I commend you for looking at it that way and trying to see where he was coming from, why it happened, because a lot of that is very important for healing, to realize, because that's where you start the healing, to say that this came from somewhere, it wasn't out of any, and not turning it off. Why did you do that? But really reflecting a little bit. And that's hard to do sometimes, to put some of the onus on ourselves that we may have done. So to lift him up, to recognize that, and I recognize that too. My marriage was over at 4 kids as well after 20 years, but that I only recognized that later. So I commend you for doing that. I will tell you what a life coach told me once, to help build him back up, is to, and this will sound crazy because it sounds like you're doing a lot for him and he's the one who cheated. So now he's cheating, but I'm doing all this. But I believe he said, for every year you've been married, every day, give him a compliment. Every day, say something nice. Say something, whatever you can find. Try very hard not to criticize, but it'll start coming back to you. he will reckon you. It will feel very hard in the beginning because it feels like you're doing all this and he did this to you and you're doing all this. But that helps the healing. Is for every day you take 21 days. So if you've been married 10 years, I mean, but you have to commit to it.
Yeah, you definitely do.
You have to commit to it because you're committed to the marriage. You're committed to the union.
And I know some of my friends are listening and watching this on Facebook too. And Rick knows me from high school.
Yeah.
I'm an easy person to get along with. I've had to sit back and actually, after I caught all this and break down before I found out, and he was gone for a week getting treatment in his VA and everything. And I'm just like, what the heck's going on? Come home and his phone's going off like crazy, but he's asleep. And I'm like, what in the heck, is this work? And that's how I found out, was through his cell phone. And that's where a whole mess of problems started. But we've sat down and talked. It's a one day at a time process. And we try to keep it going.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I can try to keep it going. And I'm working on myself, and he's trying to work on himself. But it has not been an easy road. But for me, I also have 4 kids I'm thinking about, and I don't want them feeling it like they did in the beginning when this all happened.
Sure. Well, Laura, listen, first off, thank you so much for acknowledging that and sharing that story with us here. We really appreciate it. I'm glad that you were able to kind of confront that, get that out, and that you all are working on it. And I wish you nothing but the best in you and his endeavor and trying to ensure that your relationship continues strong. That's awesome. That's amazing. And, whatever you need, I don't know if you all are, it sounds like he's getting some counseling. I don't know if you all are doing that together, but that's always an option too, as well. But
we're in the works of looking for somebody. But we're trying to do it on our own too. I'm kind of a little picky after working in a psychiatrist's office for a while, you kind of know who the doctors are, but, no, getting that done too. So.
Okay. Good. Well, listen, thanks so much for calling, Laura. I appreciate you sharing your story. Take care of those kids and have a wonderful holiday too as well.
Oh, I will, being down in Florida and everything.
Yeah, you don't have to rub that in.
Jealous.
You're right.
Jealous.
Bye.
All right, Laura, thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, so that's definitely, and shout out to Laura. Yeah, we definitely went to high school together, but she's a great person, wonderful person. And, unfortunately, there are things that do happen. Well, we were just talking about, why do people cheat? And there's a lot of different reasons and scenarios why people cheat.
Your suggestion of counseling is very, very important, but you have to find the right one for you. Everyone isn't a good fit for your relationship, for you, and maybe Laura going on her own as well, because she obviously has taken responsibility for her actions in that, but that hurts. I mean, you feel guilty. There's a lot of feelings involved that I hope that she also gets counseling for.
Definitely. But again, thanks for calling in, Laura. You also can call in and share your opinions, your situations, and things that whatever you might have a discussion about here with cheating, or if you have an experience. 708-223-8953. We're checking out your comments there on Facebook Live. Who we got over there too as well, Wanda?
So Anna Nicole Lacey said, "Hi, Anna." She said, "Don't tell me if you're just trying to clear your own conscience.
Oops.
You dropping your burden on me isn't an act of love."
So basically what she's saying is, tell me because you want to fix this, not because you're just trying to get it off your chest.
I feel bad. I can't deal with this. I'm going to tell you. No.
I think we got another caller calling in here in just a second, but real quick, I want to just make amends real quick. So Brandy over at BL is if you have or you're looking for professional makeup services, check out her for your New Year's. She's doing a New Year's Eve booking actually is what's taking place. So if an event you want to book, or you can book on New Year's Eve for your New Year's party, check out Brandy or give her a call over at 872-216-9454. She's got a special running, like I said, $65 off of services that's booked on New Year's Eve. She's beating faces, y'all. If y'all trying to get y'all face beat for that New Year's Eve party, give her a call, 872-216-9454. That's BL. Be feminine, improve the space. Sounds like we got a caller there. Who's out there in Rick's room? This is Rick and Wanda.
Eric, I actually have to comment there. You guys wrote on my comments, but I know that you guys are talking more in terms of like a heterosexual relationship, and I just kind of like wanted to like get your opinion on in terms of like a homosexual relationship and how it differs from heterosexual relationship. I just wanted to share a story with you guys and wanted to see if you guys can give me some like feedback and opinions.
Well, yeah, that actually. So as a member of the LGBTQ community myself, I would like to transition and get to that point as well, because this is not just an issue that happens in heterosexual relationships. And generally, I try to keep the conversation as vague as possible, as gender free as possible, because it does happen in every type of relationship. But it sounds like you got a story to share with us as well. Talk to me. What's going on?
Yeah. So for about 2 years now, and look at the very beginning of the very beginning of the relationship. My significant other, and given much more. He basically gave it his all, and I, as a person, definitely wasn't valuing him as much as he was being married.
Wait, I'm sorry. We're having
to cut you off.
Right, I'm so sorry, because it sounds like this is a really good story, but we're having a little trouble hearing you a little clearly.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better.
Okay, sorry about that. So, wanted to share my story regarding.
What's your name?
Eric.
Eric. Oh, hey, Eric. What's going on?
How you doing? Just wanted to share my story with you guys to see if you guys can give me like some opinion on it.
Sure.
So from the very beginning of my relationship with this, my significant other, started dating, and he was fully committed to it completely. Obviously, I was interested. However, I wasn't showing the same level of interest, and I definitely admit that he was giving way more when he was putting way more investment into the relationship than I was. And so, long story short, throughout the whole relationship, there was a lot of emotional, physical, mental damage done, mostly for my part. At this point in the relationship, there's been, obviously physical cheating now involved, and obviously now the relationships, like, we're separated in a sense. I'm at the point where, like, I realize, I understand what I've done wrong. I understand what has happened, who was at fault in the relationship, who was committed more. And I just basically wanted to get your opinion on whether, that goes along with my question that I already asked. Do you feel that, after so much physical damage, such as hitting, such from both ends, mental abuse, and, physical abuse, after all those things, after all that damage, do you feel that the other person should be able to, or should give the other person a chance to come forward, to start over, and restart the relationship if that person has understood and, realized, the errors of his ways? And just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Sure. Well, I'll take this one.
Please do.
Right? Because there's a couple of different factors, excuse me, that goes into that, Eric. And I really appreciate you giving us a call and sharing your story there, man. It first of all, I think in same gender relationships, specifically men, there are a lot of different plays and emotions that are invested, that are involved. And I think that it comes down to the environment that we have, specifically in the gay community, that promotes certain things, right? And what I mean by that is, when you have two men in a relationship, sometimes, if in the event someone is not, one person, as you indicated from your own perspective, you weren't giving enough time or involving yourself as much and showing as much, attraction or emotion in the relationship. And I think that tends to be a sign of, well, that means I can go out and do something else, rather than what we know in heterosexual relationships. There should be some communication. I think that same communication should take place in same gender relationships. If in the event this person is feeling you, this gentleman's feeling you, and he feels like you're not giving enough to him, in any relationship, there should be a conversation had first on his part. If in the event both of you are looking to continue on in this relationship. Now, maybe he might have felt like you weren't invested or involved, so you didn't really want it. But I think that in any relationship, if I decide that I'm going to be with you in a relationship and I feel like you and I have a connection and we're committed to one another, that means that I have to invest all of me. And that also includes having conversations when I feel like you're not providing me with what I need to continue on in this relationship for us to be successful in this relationship. So sometimes I think in the gay community, and you know, not saying that it's the whole gay community, I'm not generalizing by any means, but I do think sometimes that becomes an idea, that becomes an ideology, and it means it's an excuse to go out and step away and go out and start cheating. And that's not the case. And then in some same gender relationships, you know, I think that with men, there's this underlying detail that because men are sexual beings and physical creatures, that you know, you have open relationships and it's okay to have open relationships, or it's okay to cheat. Like that's really not the case at all. It shouldn't be the case at all. But also, as we mentioned earlier, that really just comes down to the agreement or the understanding that you had in the beginning. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut you off here because we are running out of time, but I'll tell you what, we're going to continue this conversation next week. So I'd like, if you want to give me a call next week, let's go ahead and continue on and see how things are progressing as well. And you can always shoot me a text or hit me on Facebook, or even shoot me an email. That goes for everybody else out there, ricksroom2@gmail.com, RIXROOM2@gmail.com. Mr. Eric, I definitely want to hear from you again, sir. So let's continue this on next week. Sound good?
Yep, thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate your comment, and thanks for watching. And it sounds like you got some other people possibly watching too, so share this. Maybe not share this on your page. I don't know if your partner knows that you called in, so we'll keep that between us for now. All right? All right, Eric. Take care, man. Yeah, but listen, it happens in every relationship. It happens in gay relationships. It happens in straight relationships. Cheating is cheating, and it's unfortunate. It's unnecessary, but you know, it's something that comes up in relationships. And you know, it's definitely a conversation that is something that we should invest in having. I'm glad that we got a chance to bring this up. And this isn't it. Although we're running out of time, guys, I definitely want to make sure that you all are aware that we are going to continue this next week. I said this was going to be a topic that might continue on the next week, and it definitely is going to be a topic on in the next week. Miss Wanda B.
Rick, for allowing me in your room.
You hung in there with me. I appreciate it. Also, this show, y'all, as I say every week, we got the one-man producing team. Mr. Al Young of Al Young Enterprises is always making sure that we got some things to make sure we're talking to you about. So check out Al if you're getting your hair faded or trying to get styled and profiled for your New Year's Eve party. You can always reach Al at 773-220-9869 for any of the styles that you might need. If you're trying to get your hair done and your fade on, or you know, just want to look good when you step out for your party, make sure you give him a call. He can also cater any of your holiday, Christmas parties coming up as well. That's Al Young Enterprises. Check him out. You can email Al Young 3. That's Roman numeral 3. I. You know, some people don't know Roman numerals anymore. It drives me crazy. Al Young.
Do they teach that anymore?
They don't. Al Young III at me.com. Al Young Enterprises. Whatever you do it with passion. Special shout out and thanks to all the sponsors. Take a look at the post there in this video. We'll have all their contact information and the promotions that they got going on. Check out Miss Wanda B every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for He Said, She Said. Any last words, Miss Wanda B?
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much.
It was
fun.
It was. I got to get you. I'll tell y'all, Miss Wanda B is one of the biggest reasons, and Mr. Earl back there, that we are on this show. If you have ideas, you want to be a guest co-host on the show, or just want to find out ways to sponsor Rick's Room, give me an email at RIXROOM2@gmail.com. Catch us here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Good to have you at IntellectualRadio.com. Those of you on Facebook, see y'all later. Over there, see y'all later. And Spreaker, log off and check us out on iHeart after this. It's been great. Check out Dana Dane coming up next. That's Dana being Dana, my girl. I don't know what her show is, but y'all tune in and check it out. Now get out of my room. Have a good one.
He could have come down from the cross just to save himself. He could have come down from the cross just to free himself. He could have come down from the tree to find liberty. Thank the Lord, I am free.